NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 16 carries, 71 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The Cowboys at 1-8 now on the year, and whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let him know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
7 yards there and a first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Out to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. We're scoreless after 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Lawrence. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. From the 10, first and goal. Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. In motion right comes Beasley. From the 27, Lawrence. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. From the 31, Lawrence. Then Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over,
we step aside. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Lawrence to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And they'll have a little bit of time to work with. 35 seconds until the break.
Cousins on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45.
Joseph's got it.
And that will do it for this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go to Elliott again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Offense has to praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play here for Dallas. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Lawrence will throw.
He's going to find Gallup here complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Maher is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Cook again.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A 20th carry here for Elliott.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Here's Lawrence.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
A give to Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On first down, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. In motion left now is Beasley. From the 27, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game, and here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long, but now, on the other side of the field, they've got to be thinking if they got it done, we should be able to punch one in ourselves.
Extra point by Marr, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. To throw, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To the air again. It's Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Anthony Barr. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And out now come the Vikings.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action now. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
The quick feet by Jackson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They'll run with Elliott.
Down inside the 40.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On third down, Elliott. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're